universe, soulmate person that God supposedly has for me, how much harder do I have to pray and manifest and wait? I feel like I'm being punished for something I didn't do. And I'm just so tired. I'm so tired.
So we all recognize this girl right here. I'm sure you've seen this viral clip bouncing around the internet. I mean, it's been played on the national news, probably on your local news too. This young woman here, well, she's really not that young, but woman complaining about being single, being concerned that everybody is telling her what to do and everybody's giving her all this different advice. And I'm sure some of that advice contradicts some of the other advice that she's getting. I don't know, because I don't know what the advice is for sure, or at least not all of it. I wasn't going to say anything about this. I wasn't going to, because it's been done, right? We've seen what has to be said about this particular clip, this particular viral video. But I did a dive into her TikTok channel, and it's so obvious what's wrong. And I think I have a bit of a different take. I should have some enlightening things to say and some enlightening things to show you about Ryan Spencer. That is the name of this woman. Her name is Ryan. And it's not spelled in some cutesy girl way either. It's spelled just like Ryan is spelled. I don't understand why parents want to give girls boys names. You see this, it's becoming more and more of a trend. Some names I don't like. Aaron. Pardon me. I have COVID. Again, Aaron is one. Sam, for short for Samantha, though. So like Samantha is a much bigger name. But there's some other ones like Daryl and Darren. Ashley is a man's name in Europe. I don't think there's probably some boy who's been named Ashley in the United States by American parents, but probably anybody you meet who's named Ashley in the United States is going to be a girl, or they came from Europe. Anyway, before we dive in, you know the drill. Click that like button, drop a comment. In fact, I'm going to need you to comment on some of this stuff, because we're going to get into another video later on after we talk about this girl. There's another girl I want to talk about. I was like blown away. And that just points to my naivete. You guys are going to have to go down in the comments and set Anti-Woke Warrior straight on some things here. But let's take a look at the viral video. I'm going to pop in with some comments, and then we're going to take a bigger look at her channel overall, her TikTok overall, because there's some things I think you need to see on there.
Quick question. Are you fucking kidding me? Like, I am so sick and tired of just everything right now. Everyone is so quick to say, stop doing this, stop thinking like this, stop.
Look, I get it. I've been here. I was single most of my life. It was not a pretty sight. You look at my dating history, and it's a barren wasteland. Largely because, again, Anti-Woke Warrior is naive. These stories I tell you about girls coming up to me and being like, hey, you and me, let's go, and coming on to me and stuff and being attractive to women, most of that ended with me going, I have no idea how to handle this situation, and then getting out of that situation. Okay?
Stop telling me I'm wrong. I've literally convinced myself at this point, based on everything that everyone's telling me, my therapist, my family, my friends, that I'm just doing everything wrong. I'm here.
So again, like I was just saying, you're getting a lot of contradictory advice probably. I'm going to tell you what you need to do.
Feeling wrong. I'm thinking wrong. I'm training wrong. I'm doing relationships wrong. Everything I do is fucking wrong, and I'm so sick of it. Stop comparing. It's not even about comparison. Like, I genuinely just want love in my life so badly. It's literally not about anyone else. It's just about me and what I want.
And this is why you won't get love in your life. It's all about you and what you want. Do I want love in my life? Yeah, sure. I do. But what it really comes down to is I want sex in my life. This is how men operate. So, I mean, do men equate the two? Sure. Do women equate the two as well? So I think men more so than women do, even though they might not want to admit that. But that's the reality. I mean, because that's the pinnacle of... Men are looking for... What are they looking for? They're looking for physical intimacy. Okay, so if you tell a man he has to find love, okay, the ultimate goal in life is love then, but my base instincts are telling me the ultimate goal in life is to get inside of her because she's hot. So I must love her then.
and being fucking over the fact that I don't have it. I feel like I have done so much work on myself. I have built a beautiful life for myself. I'm happy.
That's your problem. You did the boss girl route. I have a relative who did this. Very successful woman, tall woman, 5'9". She was a model. I think this girl here, Ryan Spencer, does modeling. I'm not sure, but I mean, you're gonna see some. If you haven't seen her TikTok, guys, get ready. It's impressive. So this relative of mine, she was a model. She started her own business, very successful in her own business, lots and lots of money alone. It's hard to slot a man into a pre-existing life if you're a woman. Men are the ones who are used to being protectors and providers. This has been our role since humanity began. Since before humanity began, this has been our role. The women were there to take care of the children, to raise the children, not because of sexism, but because they're biologically designed to do that. It's really hard for men to carry children in their wombs.
Damn you, I'm gonna woo!
With my life where I'm at, my job, I'm successful, I'm independent, I'm healthier than I've ever been. I take such good care of myself. Truly the only thing I'm missing in my life is someone to enjoy it with. And I'm so sick of waiting. Like, when is it going to be my turn? What more do I have to do to fix myself before I'm just allowed to be happy, before I'm allowed to meet this?
So you're putting the onus on supernatural powers such as God or destiny. And this is commonplace with humans. We do this about our love lives for some reason. But you said, how much more do you have to fix yourself? Well, if you're focusing on fixing yourself, you're not ready for a long-term commitment. If you think you need to be fixed, what do you need to be fixed from? What do you need to be fixed for? Other than being more altruistic. Because when you get into a relationship, I tell you, there's a lot of compromise. There's a lot of going, well, I love this person, I'm going to give them what they want this time. That happens all the time in relationships because we're going to want different things. It's just the way we are as human beings.
Universe, soulmate person that God supposedly has for me. How much harder do I have to pray and manifest and wait? I feel like I'm being punished for something I didn't do. And I'm just so tired. I'm so tired. I don't expect a lot.
I'm thinking that you do. I'm guessing you do expect a lot. Okay, how about I roll up on you? Me, my short ass, my married ass rolls up on you and says, hey, baby, you and me, let's go. I want a relationship with you. You want love? I'm going to give you love. You don't expect much, so you're going to have to share me with my wife, and I'm shorter than you. We're going to find out I'm shorter than her. I'm also significantly older than you, but we won't get into that. How much older are you willing to go, young lady? She's 29. She probably wants somebody who's 35 or under. 35 to 29. Her age range, right? You don't expect much. Really. Do you realize how much you actually expect? People have unrealistic expectations and don't even realize it. That's the big killer, I think, for women out there these days. I don't expect very much. I just want a man who's 6'2" and makes $300,000 a year and is handsome and has a good sense of style, has a good sense of humor, and gets me and gets along with me and lets me do whatever I want to do whenever I want to do it, and doesn't let me do what I want to do when I really don't want to do it, and so on and so forth. You know, they have all these expectations that the person is going to fit perfectly in their life, and they're thinking that they don't have those expectations, but they do. It's not that you're not willing to compromise in some ways, but are you willing to compromise on the 6'2"? Are you willing to compromise on the six-pack abs? Are you willing to compromise on the $300,000 a year? Because the majority of people, of course, if you're watching this channel, you know the majority of people don't make $300,000 a year. The majority of people make less than $100,000 a year in the United States. That's for both men and women. So be realistic.
I just want love in my life so bad. I want my life partner. Am I just supposed to be alone? Like, is that the message? That this beautiful life I've built for myself, like, it's just supposed to be me in it alone? Like, I know I have my dog and I love him so much, but, like, I need love. all of my friends have their fiancés and their boyfriends and their husbands that they prioritize. Like, as far as I'm concerned, I've been left behind. And I really just want to find that person that matches my energy and wants to build a life with me.
But you've already built that life. That's the problem. That's one of the problems anyway. You already have all the things that you need and want. What life is he going to build with you? You've already built it. You want a man who's going to build life. That doesn't make any sense. See, she does need to fix herself. She needs to fix her thinking. Her thinking. Her thinking meat is messed up. You can't build a life and then go, I want to build a life with a man after you've built your own life. It's like, well, that's not going to happen. That's not going to work. You're going to bring a man into your life. He's going to be beneath you, most likely, because you appear to be at the top. You're already at the top of your game. So get a man who's at the top of his game. They're going to want somebody who's not 29. Yeah, you could find a man who wants a 29-year-old who's at the top of his game. Again, you're limiting yourself. It's going to become less and less common. Let's take a look at some of the other things going on her channel. All right. Her TikTok channel. So I said she's tall. I know that because of this right here. All right. Now I had to mute that because she's using copyrighted music on here, but let's go back. Look at this. Look how easy it is for her to reach. She's practically standing on the ground, and she can reach the she's doing chin-ups here, chin-up bar here. Now, I have worked out a lot in my life. I've worked at a couple different gyms. I have belonged to a lot of different gyms over my life. I am very familiar with this particular machine that she's using right here. I'd say she's 5'11". I want to point out it's kind of weird, and this has just been my experience in the world. Maybe it's very different for you. Of course, if you're in a different country, it's going to be different for you. It seems like girls are either 6 feet tall or they're 5'6" and under. There's like nothing in between there. There's like very few girls who are 5'8", 5'9", 5'10". It seems like they're always like at the 6 foot mark or close to it, or 5'6" and under. That's just been my experience. It's kind of a strange thing that I've noticed. Maybe you noticed something different. Wherever you are, leave a comment and let me know. Yeah, she's tall. So I'm sure she wants a man who's taller than her. And hey, I get it. I want a woman who is shorter than me. So I understand what she wants. Let's take a look here real quick. Average female height worldwide, 5 feet 3 inches. The average height of a woman globally is 63 inches, 5 feet 3 inches. So I am glad that I'm taller than that, because if I weren't, I would have a much harder time than I've already had in my dating life, in my love life. But yeah, this is going to limit your options. You got to get a man who's 6 feet tall. That's 15% of the population right there. That's it in the United States, which obviously she's in the United States. I'm not sure where. In one of her videos, she was holding a Savannah GA mug. I lived in Savannah, Georgia for about 3.5 years. And yeah, you're not going to find what you're looking for there, honey. I'm sorry. You might, but it's slim pickings there. And then she's talking about running the New York Marathon. I don't know if she's visiting New York to do that or if she lives there. I'm not, so I don't know where she's at. She might have got the mug, the Savannah GA mug, when she was visiting Savannah. I don't know. Because people do pick up those trinkets when they're there, right? But judging by what's going on outside the window there, it looks like there's a lot of greenery and a lot of trees, which is a huge portion of the United States. So I don't know where she's at. But height, that's going to be a limiting factor for you. So you can take a look here at the preview. Now, one thing I do want to say about her, and maybe you guys can chime in on this, but here she is. All right. She just is dancing around to some music here and lip syncing to it. So I don't know. Oh, she's singing to Paramore, it says right here. So, and I'm not sure what these comments mean here. It says, glad you found it. I know how important it was to you. Okay, so glad. Or so sad. And then smiley face. I don't understand what that is. She does this little foot race thing a lot in her videos. We're going to see her do it again. It's cute. I'm not saying it isn't. But it's like you could have maybe a different go-to move. I don't know. Now she's drinking beer right out of the bottle. Tell me, guys, down in the comments. Do you think it's attractive when women drink beer, especially if it's out of a bottle or a can? Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to go with no. I'm not something I turn on when I'm looking at a girl. Let's take a look here and see what else we got. She had some. There she's dancing in the shower. If you saw that moving, I'm sure. There was one I wanted to look at where. Oh, this one right here. So she says church bound. Is that really an appropriate thing to wear to church? I mean, it's not risque, really, but I mean, you think you'd be a little bit more conservatively dressed if you're going to church. And people are giving her praise, of course. Obsessed with those jeans. You look amazing. And he's like, he wrote gorge. I guess this supposed to be gorge, even though it's spelled gorg here. Where's the top? Yeah, the top is pretty interesting. It's a pretty nice top. And you can look at her house here. Look, that looks like it's a pretty nice house that she has. I don't know if she rents or owns or what her deal is. I'm guessing that she owns. I don't see any reason to believe that she doesn't own this place. So she has everything already set in her life. She has the vehicle, she has the job, she has the house. What's a man supposed to bring her? His giant, throbbing manhood. That's it. That's what she wants. She wants his manhood. That's what she's missing. She thinks it's love. And maybe she does want that feeling, the butterflies in her stomach. I'm sure she wants that too, along with everything else that goes on. But I mean, mostly it's going to be the physical intimacy that you're missing. Let's move on and take a look at another one here. Now this one here makes me angry. She says, me quitting my job because the wannabe alpha males on Twitter said it's not feminine enough that I make my own money. Yeah, I'm not a wannabe alpha male. I'm not. I don't think anybody's ever accused me of being the alpha male. If you look at me, you'd be like, yeah, you're a little freaking runt. Get out of here. And I think that the fact that you make a lot of money, you appear to make a lot of money, you have the appearance of being upper class economically, has limited your options with men. I mean, it has. I'm sorry. This relative I mentioned earlier of mine, she went her own way, she got her own money, she did her own thing, had men come to her, wealthy men, being like, look, I will marry you right now, I'll marry you tomorrow, but you need to quit your job and be a housewife. Take care of our children. Or at the very least, you're going to have to go to your job part-time because I want you to raise our children. And this woman very well may be willing to quit her job and raise children. But most of the time I find that women who are this driven to earn a living on their own don't want to give that up. And why would you want to? I can't blame them. Put in all that work and then you're going to give it up to raise children? Okay. I mean, if that's what you don't want to do, I understand. But you're going to be limited in your options of men who want to be with you then. All right. Got one more for you here with her. All right. So she is dancing and lip singing to Come and Get Your Love. A good song, but of course I can't play that. And it says Sunset Sail Ready. And she does her little kick with her little cute legs there. She's very attractive, right? I'm not denying that at all. But how many men are looking at this and going, she's high maintenance? Because I'm looking at this and going, yeah, I can't afford you. And I know that she doesn't care because she has her own money. She's like, I don't need you to afford me. But do you want my broke ass to date you then? Because I don't make any money off this YouTube channel. You all know. You look at my subscriber count. I don't make money off this YouTube channel. Even if you got ads on it. I haven't seen a dime from those ads. I'm a working stiff in California where things are expensive. Well, rent is the most expensive. The rent and gas are high. So, am I going to want to put in the effort, whatever that effort may be, to date you? Am I going to want to put in the effort to match you in your social life? Because you look like you're just like a girl who wants to go out and be at the party, be at the scene, be where things are happening. And men typically do not care at all. I am content, fine and happy, sitting in front of my computer, doing my own thing, not talking to anyone. It just was a realization I had recently that, yeah, I'm isolating way too much. I need to get out and be around more people. Of course, I did that and now I caught COVID. Yay, good job. This is why I isolate, because I don't want to catch the coof. You know what? There's one other thing I forgot. There's one more that I wanted to show you. Let's take a look here. This one right here. I don't remember what she's dancing to. It's not important. But what it says on the screen is how it feels knowing I'm not responsible for anyone's dumb son with Peter Pan syndrome and have turned all my pain into gains. Okay, so it sounds like she went through a breakup recently. And so now she's finally happy that she's over that guy somehow. Although she's probably fooling herself. She's probably not over him. Being a hopeless romantic myself, it takes a long time to work through these feelings. I know there are some girls I was hung up on for years after things didn't work out with them. And she wants a guy who doesn't have Peter Pan syndrome. So that tells you where she's at 29. Look at me, rah, success story, mature woman doing it all right. Where a man's like, I mean, I got enough food that I can pay rent and I can afford to eat, pay my car bill. Let me play some video games. Let me watch the game. Let me go rock climbing with my buddies. And these are all things that women see as childish. And especially what I've noticed is these women who are the socialites. They think that a man who doesn't want to be social is immature. Like, I don't want to be social. It's too chaotic. It's just not my thing. I don't know what to do with people when they come at me with their different issues and their different personalities and their different thoughts and their different ideas. I don't care. All right? Anyway, that is Ryan. And what she's done to her life is she's going to be single. I'm sorry. Good luck. I mean, good luck, because you're going to need it. Now I want to move on to Izzy. Izzy has this to say.
I'm totally down to date as long as you're okay with having matching vehicles with me, taking this out every weekend and going riding, having random jam sessions in the car and truck, and being okay with me being a little obsessed with you.
Okay. Well, Izzy sounds reasonable. Why would she put something like this out? This is strange to me. Now, over in the comments it says, well, I think I could handle that. / you, I guess. And then the other guy says, yes, I found my true love, is what Cole Schumann says here. True, but what's your boyfriend gonna think? There you go. Now, this is an attractive woman, right? From what we can see here. Looks pretty good. We don't know how much of this is makeup. Here we see Kat Timpf. She works at Fox News. And, attractive woman, right? I mean, she might not be your cup of tea, I get it. But she's got a nice jawline, big eyes, small nose. Her lips are not the fullest that they could be, but they're not bad. Her hair's nice, so we see an attractive woman. Here she is again without makeup, or very much makeup anyway. Very different woman from what we just saw. So makeup can do a lot, and Izzy has a lot of makeup on. Now that's not the video that I first came across regarding Izzy. Let me show you that one here, because that one's going to be, well, eye-opening, I guess, for many of you.
If you dated me, I would have home-cooked meals ready for you every day of the week unless you wanted to go out. I would be on my knees when you got home every single one of those days. And I would just need it in the back door at least 2 times a week. How's that sound?
All right then. Well, this is the video that introduced me to Izzy. Her name is Izzy Lovestruck, SSO, on TikTok. Struck is spelled with a V instead of a U. SS0, not SSO, by the way, if you wanted to look her up. But let's see what some comments have to say. Todd Jackson says, "You are so beautiful. When can we start dating? Will you marry me? Okay. Your hair is beautiful. Where are you from? I'm a chef, so I'd be cooking for you, beautiful." Miller Army says, "Sounds great. When we start dating." Wow, these guys are hooked. Big Daddy for you, 420. That sounds great, baby girl. Let's listen to that one again, because I'm a bit confused here.
meals ready for you every day of the week unless you wanted to go out. I would be on my knees when you got home every single one of those days. And I would just need it in the back door at least 2 times a week. How's that sound?
Okay, well, most men I think are going to be agreeable to this. Like home cooked meals, okay, I can deal with that. On your knees when I get home, okay, yeah, that sounds like a reasonable. And then she says she needs it in the back door. Now, some men are going to be turned off by that because some men have like moral complications with that. Like you're consenting adults. So if you're in a committed relationship, I don't really care what you do at that point. It's just this screwing around that's bothersome to me because it's causing problems in our society. So why would a girl put a message out like this? I'm completely like, what is going on here? I don't understand any of this. That's crazy that she would say that. Like I said, I'm naive, much to the chagrin of some young women who invited me over after dark to hang out, to quote, hang out. And I took it literally on more than one occasion. Sorry, ladies. Sorry to disappoint you. I'm not as aggressive as I know you would like me to be. Let's take a look here at Izzy and see what else she has to say. So here's the next video that she put out after that one.
I don't know why it is so hard to find a guy who actually appreciates a woman who cooks at home, who can afford to retire him and just make films at home. Obviously, it lets them use all 3 holes and has a built-in water park, but once they find out it's OF, they're out. So where are the guys who don't care?
And there it is, right? The OF. And then Brand over here says anytime with a bunch of hearts. Phil says you have very beautiful eyes. Okay, yeah. Derek E70 says, yeah, I wish I had your baby girl. I hope you had a wonderful Easter. Simping for this girl. Look, if you want to date an OnlyFans girl, that's on you. I'm not going to complain about you because that's your choice. I'm not going to stop you. That's your choice. But what are you doing on OnlyFarts? And who are you doing it with? Are you asking for a boyfriend to come into your life to exclusively do OnlyFarts videos with him? Is that what you're asking for? Or are there going to be other men engaging in the OnlyFarts with you besides your boyfriend? That's the problem. It's like you're not a kind of girl who's going to be loyal and respectful. You come across that way in these videos that you're making, like, look, I just want to be there for you. You can fill any hole you want to. But is that true? Is that what you're really looking for? Or are you looking for a good time with anybody who comes along that you're remotely attracted to? Are you just out here putting this out so that you'll get a bunch of simps to come in and you can get a different one every OnlyFarts video? I don't know. I don't know what your plan is here. I don't plan on finding out. But I just was like surprised. I'm like, this girl is putting out a video saying that she wants to cook home cooked meals and have all this crazy sex, and she can't get a boyfriend? That doesn't make any sense. I don't understand this. So I looked her up on the TikTok here, and this is what I found out. All right. So she's doing OnlyFarts. So she's a cam girl, let's say, for lack of a better term. And, I'm sure a lot of men out there are heartbroken now because she's a girl that they would like to be with based on everything else that they've seen here. Yeah, she can also provide for herself. That's another turnoff for a lot of men. So the women today are lost. We live in this backwards world now where men don't have a place and women think that them making money is going to make them more enticing to men for some reason, and it's going to make them less enticing to men. Perfect example in my own family. I watched it happen before my very eyes. If you want to have a job and contribute, that's one thing. If you want to have a job and dominate, have your own life set up, you want to be the boss babe, it's not going to work. Men don't want to step into that. Now, you might be thinking, hey, anti-woke warrior, you're married. Your wife makes money, right? How's that situation? How do you know it's not going to end? How is it working for you? Yes, my wife, a few years ago, started making more money than me. Not a lot more, but more. But the thing is, see, I bring other things to the table that she needs. That money having money could solve those problems for her, but she'd rather just have me do it for her because I'm here, and it makes it so much more personal, which is what she needs, and that is she doesn't speak English very well. She is not used to American culture. She was raised in a different culture. So I bring that whole backstory of America with me, and I can handle these things that she can't really handle because she doesn't have the language. So that's what I offer for her that nobody else can. And it's not true that nobody else can, but that money is not going to be a replacement for those things. And also, she doesn't make that much more money than me. So, all right, that's all I got for this time. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.